Hello everyone, welcome to IPM IAS Academy's Daily News Highlights. Today is 8th August 2024. Let's see what are the important news for today's discussion. And before that, if you have not yet subscribed this channel, please do subscribe the channel so that you will continue to get updates regarding civil service examination and current affairs. Extra 100-gram precious Vinesh Olympic dreams. So this was a shocking news for all Indians. Why? Because we were all expecting a gold from Vinesh Fogart, but unfortunately that is not going to happen because she was 100 grams more than the permissible limit for that particular category. So based on this particular news, you need to have an idea about what is Olympics. Okay, the details regarding the Olympics, France Olympics, the Paris Olympics that is happening right now, you need to have an idea about it. And apart from that, Indian Olympic Association and also the Wrestling Federation of India. Okay, so these are the important the associations which are mentioned in this article. So please try to have an idea about it. And this is coming under sports, and we can also say that this is an international issue right now. Why? Because it was discussed in the whole world. Actually, the WFI, that is Wrestling Federation of India, and Indian Olympic Association approached the Wrestling International Governing Body, but they failed to secure an exemption for this. So that is the present situation regarding Vinesh Fogart's participation in the competition. So based on this, try to have an idea about the Indian Olympic Association and also Wrestling Federation of India, and along with that, understand about the Olympics. The history of Olympics and also the present Olympics, that is the Paris Olympics, the ongoing one in France. Okay, so these are the main things you need to cover based on this particular article, and it is mainly coming under sports. Declare Wayanad landslides a national disaster. So we already discussed about the Wayanad landslide and the devastating effects it has actually caused in the area. More than 200 people were killed in this, and also many people were missing. Okay, and it has caused a lot of damage to that region. Okay, no evidence for any houses that actually existed in that area. So a lot of destructive elements were associated with this landslide, and based on that the Rahul Gandhi was asking the central government to declare it as a national disaster. So based on this article, what we need to understand is, what do you mean by a national disaster? If it is declared as a national disaster, what are the facilities they are going to get? Okay, what are the advantages they will be having? So those points you need to have an idea. So based on this article, main thing that you need to understand is, what is a landslide? Already it is going on. You might have checked that area, you might be having your notes on that also, but so that is not needed right now. But you need to have an idea about what is a national disaster, and if it is declared as a national disaster, what are the consequences or what are the benefits associated with it. All those points you need to have an idea. So this particular news is coming in page number 3, General Studies 2 and Indian Polity. Lok Sabha passes finance bill, amends provision on LTCG tax. Okay, our finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman actually rejected many of the criticisms raised by the opposition, saying that the budget was against the middle class or the common people. And she was emphasizing that the budget was aimed at only promoting the investments. Okay, so these were the points which were addressed in the House. The Finance Bill 2024 was passed in the Lok Sabha on Wednesday with an amendment relaxing a proposal for the long-term capital gains, that is LTCG, long-term capital gains on real estate. It allows taxpayers an option to switch to a new lower tax or stick to the old regime that had a higher rate with indexation benefit. Okay, so based on this, you need to have an idea about what is a finance bill. Okay, how a finance bill is actually passed in the parliament. What is the difference between a finance bill and an ordinary bill? In our constitution, where is finance bill mentioned? Okay, these points are really important, and apart from that, they also discuss about GST here. So have an idea about what is GST, an overview of GST, and also LTCG tax. Okay, that is long-term capital gains tax. Okay, have an idea about that also. And here they are actually mentioning about two types of taxation, that is the old tax regime and also the new tax regime. So what is the difference between the old tax regime and the new tax regime? So these are the important points you need to understand from the perspective of this particular article. And what is the new amendment they have actually proposed, details about it. So make your own notes regarding that, read this article, make your own notes regarding that. This article is coming in page number 4, General Studies 2, Indian Polity. The leader who lost touch with Bangladesh. So it's a very important article, but we are discussing it for many days because this is something connected with the problems that are going on in Bangladesh. So here in this particular article, they are addressing how Sheikh Hasina has lost touch with the Bangladesh during her tenure, how she was looking at the administration, or what were the major problems she has actually created there, what went wrong. All those points are discussed here. So one of the main reason why Hasina actually failed was because she was disconnected from the masses. Okay, and there was very less connection with the people. That is the main reason why this particular protest evolved. And when the protest actually evolved, how she dealt with that, okay, how she reacted to that protest, how the governmental machinery has taken that protest, okay, how they managed to defend that protest. All those points are important. Then in fact, during the last decade, the Awami League's leadership character underwent a massive transformation. Once the party was actually known as a party of poor and the middle class, but later we could see that the involvement of businessmen in the party has actually increased. Okay, so that actually changed the nature of the party itself. All these things are clearly led to the present situation in Bangladesh. So those points are clearly addressed in this article. So read this article, you will get a clear-cut idea about what went wrong, what were the major policies of Sheikh Hasina, and what policies were not good for the people, and how the protest really got that strength because of her actions. They have also included the economic challenges the country was facing. Okay, so read this article, try to have an idea about it, and based on this article, also try to look at the Indo-Bangladesh relations. So this article is coming in page number 8, General Studies 2, International Relations. A closer look at beefing up Jammu's counter-terror grid. So we know that from the independence onwards, Jammu region is always in trouble. So we are facing a lot of terror attacks in the region. Infiltrations are actually happening, and there are people having the separatist tendencies. All these problems are actually a headache for the union government. So in that context only, here we are talking about the establishment of a grid. Okay, so what is this? A counter-terror deployment grid entails units and subunits deployed in a manner to dominate the likely vulnerable areas that have the potential to offer terrorist freedom of the movement. So basically, mainly this grid will be operating in vulnerable areas. So how this vulnerability is happening, and this vulnerability is actually identified based on various reasons. Terrain is you can actually say that terrain, based on terrain you can find out the vulnerability, and you can also understand the inclination of the people who are living there, whether they are supportive of the Indian government or they are supportive of the infiltrators. All those points will actually tell us, okay, whether that area is vulnerable or not. And if that area is vulnerable, then we need to deploy people in that area. The knowledge of the terrain and winning the heart and minds of the people form the basis of operation and that mentioned above. Given the nature of the task at hand, the entire process is well thought through, deliberate and time consuming. Okay, so basically our long-term objective is to establish peace in that area. While establishing peace, that area should also develop. The people in that area should be aware about what are the rights they are actually having, and what all things are actually offered to them by the government of India. Okay, how they can develop themselves, how they can grow in their own land with the support of the government of India. Okay, so that is actually discussed in this particular article, and they also discuss about some of the challenges in that area. That is, as per the classical teaching of counter-insurgency, counter-terrorism, the local population is seen divided into 3 subsets. Okay, so always the support of the people who are living there matters a lot. If they are supporting the army or the military, then it is easy for us to carry on with the operations over there. But if their support is more towards the infiltrators, then the entire problem will be out of hand. Okay, so those things are actually discussed in this particular area. So please do read this article. You will definitely get an idea about what is the present situation in the Jammu region, and that will also help you to come up with the best policies for ensuring our internal security in the country. So in this article, they also mention about Operation Dudi, in which Assam Rifles were involved in that, and how they have carried out a successful operation in the Jammu region, especially in the year 1991. Okay, so those points are also discussed in this, and try to understand more about what is this Operation Dudi. Try to understand about the location of Jammu. Okay, how it is actually sharing the border with the Pakistan and China. So that location you need to have a clear idea. Okay, then only you can say, okay, there are chances like people can infiltrate through these areas, and then the participation of people and their role in strengthening our internal security. All those points you need to note down, because this is a very important area in the internal security aspect, which can definitely come as a question in the mains examination. So this is actually coming in page number 8, General Studies 3, Internal Security. Court shifts the tide on stray dog policy. Under all circumstances, there cannot be any indiscriminate killings of canines, and the authorities have to take action in terms of the mandate and spirit of the prevalent legislations in place. So basically, this is a statement from the Supreme Court saying that under any circumstances you are not supposed to kill a dog, a stray dog. So in this article, they clearly mention about a 15-year-old case, a pending 15-year-old case, which is known as the All India Stray Dog case. Based on this particular case, the dog lovers were actually waiting for its judgment. So in that context only, the court is actually saying that under all circumstances, okay, the dog should not be killed. Legally speaking, the matter was framed as a battle of supremacy between the state and the municipal laws, which authorized the killing of stray dogs, as opposed to the central law, which is Prevention of Cruelty to Animals PCA Act 1960 and the Animal Birth Control ABC Rules 2001, which mandates that killing is strictly prohibited and the only recourse is the scientific solution of sterilization. So in this article, they clearly mention about certain legislations, okay, which are connected with the animal rights. One is the PCA, that is Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960. Another one is the Animal Birth Control Rules 2001. Okay, so in the context of our constitution also, we say that we need to protect the animals. That is, compassion to all living beings is enshrined in our constitutional value and mandate, and cast obligation on the authorities to maintain it. This refers to Article 51A(g) of the Constitution of India, which deals with the fundamental duties of the citizens and states. It shall be the duty of every citizen of India to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and have compassion for living creatures. So that is enshrined in our Constitution in the fundamental duties itself. So from that point of view only, the court is actually coming up with this kind of a judgment. So based on this article, please do read about the case. Okay, what is this 15-year-old pending case, and also the legislations which are actually listed here. You need to have an idea, and in our constitution where all these animal rights are actually mentioned. All those points you need to have an idea. Okay, so this particular article is coming in page number 9, General Studies 2, Indian Polity. An important announcement regarding our guided PCM course 2025. It's a prelims and mains coaching. So it is ideal for students, working professionals, and passionate IAS aspirants. So all these features are available for it. You can pause and you can read it. Recorded classes for all general studies subjects. experienced faculty guidance, self-learning mode, exclusive current affairs sessions, psychological well-being sessions, expert sessions by civil service officers, goal setting sessions, CSAT sessions, prelims analysis sessions, mains answer writing sessions, etc. Okay, and this is actually available in two important plans, 6-month plan and 1-year plan. So those who are beginners, you should go with 1-year plan, but before that, please check the description. There is a scholarship test link is there, so please click on the link and take the scholarship test so that you will get this course at a highly affordable price. Okay, so don't wait, please go and check the link. So I hope this session was useful for you. If this video was useful for you, please do share it with your friends and ask them to subscribe the channel so that they will also continue to get the updates regarding civil services examination.